For a long time, the narcissist believed they had you completely figured out. In their mind, you were easy to control, easy to confuse, easy to keep in a constant state of doubt. They assumed you would keep questioning yourself while they quietly controlled the direction of the relationship. People who rely on manipulative behavior often build their strategy around that assumption. If they can keep you emotionally off balance, they believe they can stay in control. They deny obvious things. They change their story. They twist conversations until you start wondering if you misunderstood what just happened. If you have ever dealt with someone like this, you probably remember those moments of confusion. Something felt wrong, but every time you try to talk about it, the conversation somehow came back to you. Suddenly, you were the one being accused. You were the one being told you were overreacting or imagining things. This pattern is commonly known as gaslighting. It is a form of emotional manipulation that slowly erodes a person's confidence in their own perception. But here is the part that many narcissistic personalities never see coming. Some people do not react immediately. Instead, they start paying attention, quietly observing, listening carefully, watching how the stories change and how the behavior repeats itself. At first, you might not have had the words to explain what was happening. You only knew something did not feel right. Then, maybe you started reading about emotional manipulation. Maybe you spoke with a therapist or listened to conversations about unhealthy relationship dynamics. Little by little, the puzzle pieces started coming together. And once that awareness begins, everything starts to shift. You stop reacting to every accusation. You stop trying to prove your reality to someone who refuses to acknowledge it. Instead, you start seeing the pattern for what it is. Many people who rely on manipulation assume their influence will last forever. They believe the cycle will continue because it always has. They think your attention and emotional energy are permanently locked in. So when you finally step back, they're often shocked. When you stop engaging in the same arguments, when you stop defending yourself, when you quietly begin creating distance, that moment can completely disrupt their sense of control. Some will suddenly try to pull you back in. You may see unexpected messages, dramatic apologies, or emotional conversations that seem designed to reopen the door. It is important to understand that not every attempt to reconnect is about genuine growth. Often it is about restoring the old dynamic where they had the upper hand. That is why many professionals who study relationship recovery talk about the importance of boundaries. In some situations, people also choose a period of no contact so they can fully regain clarity and emotional balance. And here is the deeper realization many people eventually reach. The real turning point was never about changing the narcissist. The turning point was the moment you changed. The moment you trusted your own instincts again. The moment you stopped chasing explanations that were never going to come. The moment you decided your peace mattered more than winning an argument. Healing from emotionally manipulative relationships takes time. People rebuild their confidence, reconnect with their values, and create healthier environments for themselves. The process is gradual, but it can be incredibly empowering. The person who once felt confused becomes clear. The person who once felt controlled becomes independent. And the person who is underestimated begins building a life that no longer revolves around someone else's approval. If parts of this conversation sound familiar, you are not alone. Many people have experienced similar patterns and have found their way forward. Feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Your insight might help someone else recognize something they have been struggling to understand. And if you appreciate thoughtful conversations about emotional health, personal growth, and recognizing unhealthy dynamics, stay connected for more discussions like this.